Welcome, fellow travelers, to episode 1 of the 518 Travelers series on making our plans for our fall retirement trip to Texas and Utah and places in between. In this episode, I talk about my retirement from the school district. We bought a 4x4 Jeep for our travels and also a Jackery power station. Hello everyone, thanks for returning to the 518 Travelers YouTube channel. This is Sheldon and Tara, your 518 Travelers from upstate New York. We don't just travel around upstate New York, we travel all over the friggin' place, and we document them in these YouTube videos. Thanks for checking out our channel. So this is it, my last day of retirement from teaching at a public school. Over 20 years between teaching here and GED courses I taught, trying to help adult students to finally get some type of a diploma so they can move on with their life. Yeah, 20 years, a lot has certainly transpired during that time. Becoming a teacher was actually an accident. I was in school in an accounting program at a local college here, and I took a World War II history course as an elective, and I was talking to the professor, and she encouraged me to check out the teaching program since I told her I love history so much. And then I checked out the program, and I switched the next semester over so I could get my bachelor's degree in history and then go on and get my master's, and along the way ended up with a perfect 4.0 average and ended up being a class valedictorian. So like I said, it was all an accident, but things happen for a reason. You just don't know. You never know where things will take you. So I'm not sure I'm done with the district. They've talked to me about subbing in the fall after I get back from our big retirement trip. That I'll certainly have a lot of video online to post, some vlogs to post for that when that happens in September. In the meantime, I will be working our way up to September with some vlogs over the summer. We got a couple other camping trips scheduled, and just a lot going on. I bought a Jeep. I'm going to talk about that too for our fall trip, because we're going to be going to some national parks where having a 4x4 is a really good idea. So, bittersweet. My last day, I'll miss the kids. I've enjoyed being a teacher so much, and now I just feel kind of weird because I'm going to be jobless. And I've worked 2 jobs for so many years with the district, also did a lot of tutoring for the district, did a lot of chaperoning for the district, did a lot of lunch duty, all for extra pay. At the same time, I've been a basketball referee for the last 10 years now. And I've also, like I said, I taught GED as well. For a couple of summers, I drove an ice cream truck to make some extra money for my family. So I'm just so used to working that it's very weird. It's a weird feeling to think that at the end of the day today, I'm not going to have a job. I mean, I'm going to get my retirement pay and stuff like that. So that's fine, but I'm just going to feel very weird that I'm not going to have a job. So anyways, bigger and better things are coming, and certainly, like I said, I will be vlogging that, and I'll get back to you. We also just bought this. It's a 2015 Jeep Wrangler Willys. It's trail rated, so it's perfect for our fall trip, especially up into Utah and to Big Bend, Utah, Monument Valley, Zion. Those places up there definitely need a 4x4, and I can use it after that with these winters up here in upstate New York. So we're moving right along towards our fall trip. Here's the outside of the Jeep. The tires are great. They are definitely unique to the Willys 2015 Jeep. It's a soft top, which is okay because we can pull that off in the heat when we're out, especially in Utah in September. Obviously it's still very warm out there, just like it is in Big Bend in Texas when we go there. So, you know, so far we're pretty happy with it. I'm happy with it. I've never owned a Jeep before, but I'm literally really liking this Jeep a lot. I really am, and I'm looking forward to taking it on our retirement trip in September. This is the inside of the 2015 Willys Jeep that I bought, which is the 75th anniversary of the Jeep. And you can see it's an automatic, yes, but it does have 4x4, which means it can be towed, flat towed, which means all four wheels down on the ground with my RV, which is exactly why Tara and I bought this. So, I mean, it's in pretty good shape. It's a 2015. It's trail rated, which will make it good for when we go to Big Bend National Park there, and we head up into Utah to Lake Bryce. Those national parks that are up there, National Monument, where you can take your 4x4 down. You can either do a group tour, or you can take your own car down in there. And since it's a 4x4, I shouldn't have any problems with this. A science teacher at the school I just retired from used to do backpacking and camping trips. He was a guide in some national parks, and he told me that this thing being trail rated is plenty for what we need when we go on our big trip, our big retirement trip. So I'm very pleased with it. Like I said, it had 95,000 miles on it. It's 11 years old, so the mileage isn't bad at all, and it runs good. I've had no problems with it so far, and hopefully this is the vehicle we need, and it makes out really well. And if you watch videos on YouTube of some other channels, people use these Jeeps in their travels. These Jeeps are, you see these being towed behind many a camper, and these Jeeps are great for that simply because they're four-wheel drive. They're great for trails, and you can flat tow them. So so far Tara and I are very pleased with the purchase. I got this for $13,000, which overall didn't seem like a bad price. So I think we did pretty well. The trail rated badge on a Jeep Willys proves it has passed rigorous off-road testing by Jeep engineers. This certification guarantees the vehicle can conquer severe trails, handle unpredictable weather, and navigate extreme off-road obstacles by meeting or exceeding benchmarks in 5 specific performance categories. These 5 categories are traction, water fording, maneuverability, articulation, and ground clearance. For the Jeep Willys, this badge isn't just a marketing label. It highlights its heritage-inspired design. The Willys trim equips your Wrangler Gladiator with practical hardware such as heavy-duty Dana axles, rugged all-terrain tires, and part-time 4x4 systems with a dedicated low-range transfer case to actually back up the trail-rated badge's claims. So like I said, that's the information online, but like I said, my buddy who was a guide said that he was on terrain with vehicles less than this, and so this should be absolutely wonderful for our trip. So this brings us to the second thing that we have invested in towards our fall trip, our fall retirement trip, and we invested in a Jackery Explorer 1000 V2. When we were looking online, we looked at Blue Eddies, we looked at Jackeries. I don't know, we just decided to go with the Jackeries. Obviously, I mean, you can look online, but the reviews for the Jackeries are very good. So that's what we decided to get. So we bought the Jackery, and I know we got a couple $300 off on this when we bought it, and it works really good. We took it outside. You can either plug it in to charge it or use solar panels. So we bought 200 watts of solar, 100 watts each on here. So we can use it when we are camping, when we are traveling. We may end up using, we did buy Harvest Host. If you're not sure what Harvest Host is, I'll put a link in the description. But many of those places don't have electric hookups. So we need to be able to make sure that we have power while we are traveling. And so we bought this solar generator because we just felt like it was the best option for us. And I'm on YouTube all the time, so I check the product reviews and stuff on these, and Jackery has a great reputation for their stuff. The Explorer 1000 is strong enough to run some small appliances like toasters, coffee makers, electric griddles. It can even run a projector on movie nights. Portable refrigerator. We have a portable refrigerator as well in the camper because when you're driving, you're not going to have the gas on to run the refrigerator, the Dometic refrigerator that's in the camper. So this thing will power a lot, and obviously we can charge up our cell phones, our iPads, anything else that we need can run, charge a Chromebook, anything like that we want to use. It's plenty strong enough for that. So right now, we're very happy with what we bought. So here is what it includes. It has a light, which is cool, in case you need it. It has a light. It gets brighter. Flashes for whatever reason. Don't know, but there you go. And it has USB ports here. It's got a DC volt. Here's your AC when you plug in, because it's got a DC to AC converter on it. Inverter. Plug-ins here. And you can see the output, what it's putting out right now, which is not using any watts whatsoever. And I don't have it hooked up right now to the solar panel, so it's not bringing any watts in. But I'm going to have that hooked up shortly. This is the older power station that we had bought, and it's a Schumacher SJ1332 model number. It has 1200 peak amps. And included with this, and it says it's charged up to 100, is it will jump start a battery on a car up to an 8-liter size motor, and it's got an air compressor. I think we paid around $150 to $200 for this back during COVID. But what's cool about this right here is the fact that it's got 12 volt, 2 of them. It's got a USB. It's got a light. And your 120 volt inverter. And you can see nothing's being used right now. So nothing's on there. But the problem with this is it doesn't hold a charge for very long. Tara and I, we like to watch videos at night when we go to bed in the camper, and we've fallen asleep with the TV on all night long. We get up in the morning and this thing is practically not quite dead, but it's probably right around 20 to 25%. It always holds a charge when we recharge. It's not a problem. But this obviously is not very good as a Jackery. But it's worked all these years and we've used it. So, and I'm going to show you the solar panels that we used with this. And these are the older solar panels that we've had since COVID, when we really started doing a lot of camping and putting some thought into this and realizing we needed some power when we went out to Yellowstone and went to Mount Rushmore. But these are the solar panels, and these things weigh a ton. They're 100 watt each. Nothing like the ones that we just bought. So let's see here. They're the glass. I guess they're made out of glass. And they are heavy. Extremely heavy. And let's see if I can get one out. So this is what it looks like, and trust me, very heavy, because it's one. You can see this. It's one piece down here. You got your charge controller down here, and your cables, your adapters, right here. Extremely heavy, and I've always been afraid that I'm going to bounce it off something. I'm going to crack the glass, which hasn't happened, but there it is. And I'm thinking about if I can. Using these for my shed in the back, and if I can hook these up outside and then run the cables inside to another power bank, then I can have free electricity in there. I won't have to have anybody come run electric and not waste my money on electric out in there. So these are the old ones. That's the old power station and the old solar panels. And this Jackery is much easier, and I think it's definitely much better to use for camping and boondocking. And especially since I finally got my wife to come around going to state campsites more, camping at state campsites where you won't have electric at your site, you won't have water at your site. Hi, Benny. You won't have sewer at your site. She's always been worried, well, we don't have electricity. Well, we have plenty of electricity. First of all, the state campsites say let you run your generators in the morning and at night, so you can charge things up then. We have 2 house batteries. We have 1 house battery that we use that gets charged up. I carry a charger with me, a battery charger with me, and I charge that up. I just plug it in when I run the generator. I have a backup one too, so if that fails, we always have another one. I always believe in a lot of backups when we camp. You have a camper and you're going to camp, you need backups. Always have to have backups. But she's come around to it because when we went to Moreau, we didn't have any problem having power at all. Hot showers, we had hot showers in the camper. We just had to take quick ones, so it's no big deal. You know, we have water. Again, we have the electricity. So, and the sewer just goes in the tanks, and we, hi Benny, and we dump those when we were done. So, and the great thing about the state campsites is there's tons of woods between you and the next people. They don't cram you in like sardines ever. At any of the state campsites we've been to, Thompson's Lake, all sorts of different ones, and you've got tons of privacy. So she's finally coming around to it. Matter of fact, when we're going up in the Adirondacks in August to a place called the Adirondack Experience, we got a state campsite up there as well. And much cheaper too, like $20 a night. That's all it is, very cheap. I think it came to $50 with fees for 2 nights camping, and we have everything that we need. And I wouldn't want to be tent camping because when it rains, when you're camping in the state campsites, and it rains anywhere when you have a tent, that is not pleasurable at all. So there you have it. There's our old power station and solar panels. So there you have it. Our episode number 1 of our plans that we are making for our fall trip. Down to Texas, up into Utah and Colorado, and points in between. We've been planning this for 3 years, and since Christmas, this last Christmas break from school, and my wife's job, we've sat down and started mapping out what we want to do, and we made a huge list of stuff that we needed to get. And going forward, we will have more episodes for things that we've bought and things that we've looked at to make sure we have everything we need for our trip. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave comments, but please make sure they are clean. This is a family channel. Please subscribe so we can continue to put this content out there, and we appreciate you guys checking in on the 518 Travelers. See you soon. In these quiet hours, I feel at ease. Life's little magic in moments like these. I find the magic in